Okay, got it turned over, and what this entails is these covers come off, and the ESC sits on the outboard side. The wires are fished through a hole right here, leading to the motor, and for the battery, it's through a hole right there, and air will come in through here and be forced inside the cowl. And it'll go out here, and it'll go out the exhaust pipes, which I'm going to put aluminum exhaust pipes on it, so we got exhaust. And on this side, we have the radio receiver. So I thought that was a pretty slick setup, way to get all that stuff out, and get it, of course, towards the front of the airplane, which most of these scale planes end up having to add nose weight, but we're not going to do that nose weight business. And of course the battery goes in the bottom. So I know that I said that I was going to post this up, but I thought I'd finish this up and show you this on this particular movie. Now, I'm so close. There's a lot of work to this. I would say it's going to be another day, and it should be sitting on its wheels. What I'm going to do is, let me set this down again real quick. I need to turn the camera over, or turn the airplane over. One of the provisions that John's kit didn't make is this particular former right here. In order for the silk span to end correctly, you can't have it just end out into outer space when you have a cap on here. So I've added an 1/8 inch piece here. Now, I'm going to have the Mr. RC sound system, and I have to have a place to put the speaker. And the speaker is going to go attached right in here. It's a 2-inch speaker, induction speaker. It will tape right to the side. It turns the side of the fuselage into the speaker. And now the next trick is I have to figure out how to make this landing gear plate removable and still have plenty of strength. So I've got an idea how I'm going to do that. The landing gear goes on like so, but of course we're going to make carbon fiber gear. What I thought about doing is, I know how to attach it on the front side here, is I'm going to put a piece of 3/8 by half maple motor mount on here, and we're going to drill 2 holes here and make it removable from the firewall in front. Now I have to figure out a way to attach it at the back, and that's kind of going to be a problem. But I think that I can figure that out. And what I might do is just run one piece of plywood across here, and then we'll run a screw, one screw down this way, and drill a hole in the gear for it to bolt it in. That way this can come out, and I can get at the Mr. RC electronics. I'm going to have to drill a hole in this firewall as well to run the wires in, and have a place to mount the amplifier. So it's been quite an ordeal. This nose is not how John says to build it, but I think this should work okay. Not a big deal. Just had to, like I say, I've been having to think all this through because I've never done this before, but it should work out okay. So we'll get back. I'll get this posted up, or maybe I'll shoot something else. Depends. One more try on this, and if it don't work, well, we'll just have to charge the battery. But here's what it sounds like. We're going to try a different engine sound, so let's see what this one sounds like. Battery's dead. And this is a little tour of how the equipment's in there. First there's a Y coming off the receiver, and it connects to the ESC on this side. Then it runs back this way to the amplifier, which is down in here. You can adjust different engines by pushing this button, and on this side is an induction speaker. I'm going to go ahead and get the bass speaker as well and add another speaker so we got a little more bass tone. But it sounds fairly realistic. Once I get the covering on the fuselage, I'm sure that it will act more like a, a resonating speaker type thing anyway, because right now it's just vibrating off the 64th plywood. But it was fairly easy to set up, pretty straightforward. I made up a set of exhaust pipes. I'm going to remake these because I figured the scale wrong. But they sit in here like so. These are 3/8 of an inch, or 1/2 inch, and I got to looking at the plans to the real airplane, and they had 1 3/4 inches, so these need to be 3/8 instead of 1/2 inch, because 1/2 inch works out to 2 inches per quarter scale. So I figure 3/8 would be a better exhaust setup. I only had made one of them. They're interchangeable back and forth, and I probably won't glue them in. I'll probably just leave them like that. They're not going anywhere. But it's a it's a trick setup. I had to do the landing gear area a little different than what John showed. I used maple motor mounts to drill down through, and then a piece of 1/8 inch basswood on top to make up for his 1/8 inch platform. And on my cowling that I'm making, it has the radiator on the bottom that I'm going to use as an air outlet as well. So we got air coming in here and going out the exhaust and going out here. It'll also be coming out the back of the cowl in front of the landing gear, so we get plenty of airflow through there. But then again, like I said, I really don't believe it's all that important, because the RC guys, they don't have much airflow at all. I should be getting my scale spinner in the next day or so. It's been a fun build so far. It's definitely different, that's for sure. And I'm having fun at it. I'm going to be putting the pull clevises on the rudder, which I looked at John's airplane, and it's nowhere near this detailed. It's just painted like a shoestring and got the outline of a shoestring. I don't know, being new to sports scale, I don't know what it takes, but I don't know, I'm going to build it to be scale. I'll show you the instrument panel I made up here. Let me set the camera down. I'll turn it off and be right back. We'll zoom in on the instrument panel here. Got switches and gauges and lights. It's got a choke knob on it for the engine underneath there. I don't know if that's reality. I couldn't find any drawings of what the dashboard actually looked like. But it has, altimeter and a tachometer and bank angle, I guess is what you call it, and a couple of switches, and that's what we're going to run with. Just the bare necessities, because this is an F1 racer. But John had sent me a 6 scale pilot a 1/6. I did the math again and found that the average man is 7 heads tall, and kind of did the math that he would be a 1.5 feet tall for this airplane, and the 1/6 scale pilot would have been 1 foot tall, and that's nowhere near big enough. So I don't know, there's a lot of interpretation going on in here. I've got some aluminum tubing. I'm going to make the headrest. It comes out through here and through the back firewall and the headrest. I was going to do it in brass, but we're starting to get heavier. I have the my pocket hinges. I got those installed last night, and I don't know. There's not a whole lot that I mean, this is not a build that I'm used to, so I'm just kind of faking it, and I'm hoping that that it turns out okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the trim tabs on it, which John's didn't have. That there's an aluminum tab that goes here on the real airplane according to the 3D, three-dimensional 3-view drawings. I have those on there in aluminum. And another thing I was thinking about, this airplane is so close to being an RC, it's ridiculous. If I'd have put 2 more servos in it, we could have flown at RC. And one of my buddies said, wouldn't it be something to have it come off the lines and fly away and then you land it? Yeah, that would be something, all right. But I don't know how to fly RC, so that's not something that's going to happen. A lot of work left to do. Looking at a few months, I'm sure, but it's fun. So I'm going to post this little short video up and hope you like it. See you next time.